So in this video I'm going to show you how to do the Catherine wheel stitch. So this is the wrong side. We just turn it over to the right side and you can see how it got its name from these little circles that look a little bit like the fireworks. Okay, looks complicated, it's actually quite an easy pattern to do. You just need to make sure you count and you take your time. Hello, my name's Karen Stangram and welcome to Conquer Crochet, the channel for tips, tricks and techniques for conquering your crochet. Everything I talk about in today's video will be linked in the descriptions below. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss a single stitch. So if you're keen to get going with this video, give me a thumbs up and let's do this. So for this video I'm going to be using double knit yarn. I have a purple and a contrasting green. I'm going to be using a 4mm crochet hook, my yarn needle for sewing in my ends and my scissors for cutting off my ends. Okay, so to start off with I'm going to make a slip knot. You can do this in whichever way you want. And for this work I'm going to chain 30, so a foundation row of 30 chains. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I recommend that you don't crochet your chains too tightly for this stitch, as there's quite a lot going on and it can pull sometimes. So we have our foundation row of 30 stitches. We're now going to double crochet in the second chain from the hook, so not the one on the hook. So we go 1, 2 and we're going to make a double crochet in that first stitch there. We're then going to skip 3 chains, so 1, 2, 3 chains, and in that fourth chain then we're going to make 7 trebles. So yarn over, insert into that fourth, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's 1 and 2, and try not to pull them too tightly. 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and then the last one 7, and that gives us a nice shell shape to start off with. We're then going to skip the next 3 chains, so 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do a double crochet in the next stitch. And we're going to repeat this twice more, so 1, 2, 3, we do our 7 trebles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7. Oops. Skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and make a double crochet in the fourth. So we have 2 shells. We need to do 1 more, so 1, 2, 3 into the fourth, so yarn over and we go 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, oops, and 7, skip 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we do a double crochet. So we did that pattern of double crochet, 7 trebles, the double crochet, 7 trebles, leaving 3 chains in between. Then we come to the end here, we skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do 4 trebles in this last chain just to finish off that row. So it's sort of 3.5 shells that we're making. So 1 treble, 2 trebles, 3 trebles, and 4 trebles. So there's 1 shell, 2 shells, 3 shells, and half a shell. We're now going to finish off this colour, so we're going to yarn over and pull through that loop, and we're going to cut off our ends, and we're going to turn our work. Now if you're doing this right, all of your ends will all be on the same side. You shouldn't have any ends on this side. From now on we're going to be working 2 rows in each colour, so down and back. So 1 and 2. So both of your ends are going to be on the same side. Now there are going to be quite a lot of ends. You may want to sew them in as you go along, depending how big your project is going to be. So let's move on to the second colour. So to start off row 2, going to make a slip knot. Again, you can do this in whichever way you prefer. I'm going to go to the half shell that we made because we've just turned over our work. Insert my crochet hook into that first stitch, into the first V, pop my slip knot on, pull the loop through and yarn over to secure it in place, and I can tighten up that tail as well. So to start this row then we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do a double crochet in the same stitch as we've just done our join. So we're going to insert, yarn over, pull through, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through those 2. Okay, so now we need to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Over the next 7 stitches we're going to do a treble 7 together. So to do that we yarn over, insert into the next stitch, yarn over and pull through. We don't finish off the treble because we're going to carry on and do 7 of these and then join them all together at the end. So yarn over into the next stitch and pull through. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. That's 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7. And what we're going to do now is to yarn over and pull through all of the loops on our hook, including this one at the end, which is at the top of that 3 chain we made. So yarn over, twist your hook so that the hook is pointing downwards and you're less likely to catch stitches on the way through. And you need to pull it all the way through and through that one that you made with the 3 chain, and then we're going to chain 3 again. So 1, 2 and 3. In the next stitch, which is at the top of our shell in the middle, we're going to do a double crochet, and then we're going to repeat our 7 together. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. So that's 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 is yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. So again we're going through all of these loops here and the one from the double crochet. So yarn over, pull back through, trying not to catch the other stitches as you go, yarn over, and we're chaining 3, 1, 2, 3. Going to do a double crochet into the next stitch, which is at the top of that shell, and we're going to chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do another 7 together. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. So that's 1 and 2. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. That's 3. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. That's 4. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. 5. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. 6. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through for your 7th. And again, we're going through all of those loops that are on our hook. So yarn over and pull through all of the loops that we have there, and that last loop, and we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Going to do a double crochet in the next stitch, and we're going to chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Now we've come to the end of our row. We can't possibly do 7 together because you don't have enough stitches. We're going to treble 4 together. So we go yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. So that's 1 and 2 and 3, and we're going into this last stitch here now with the 4. Then yarn over and pull through all of those loops and the one that the 3 chain is on, and that is the end of the first row of our 2 colour row pattern. Okay, now we're going to chain 3. We're going to stay with the green. 1, 2, 3, and turn our work. So these little sections here where we've done our start of our chain 3 to join up our 7 together, we're going to call the eye. And what we're going to do is to do 3 trebles in this eye here, so this gap here. Our 3 chain there is counting as one of our trebles, so we're going to do another 3, so 1 treble, 2 trebles, 3 trebles. We're then going to do a double crochet into the double crochet that we have at the top of that stitch there. So we're going to double crochet into there, and you'll see that that pulls that into line now. Now in the next eye we're going to do 7. So there were 4 treble 4 together here. We did 4, 3 plus the chain. In this one, this is a 7 treble 7 together, so we're going to do 7 double crochets in this eye here. 7 trebles. So insert, yarn over, pull through. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I did tell you there was a lot of stitches in this. Bit of a stash buster. So then we're going to do a double crochet into the double crochet there. And we're going to do 7 trebles in the next eye. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. going to do a double crochet in the next double crochet, and we're going to do 7 in the last eye we have here. So we're going to do 7 trebles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now we're coming up to the end here, and we're going to skip the 3 chain as we've done all the way through, and then in the last stitch we're going to do a double crochet. Then I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to fasten off. So if I turn it the other way, because that would be the right side, so that is how our work is looking so far. So we have our first Catherine wheel starting here. So we're now going to join our purple back on to do the next 2 rows. Going to take our purple, because we're going to be working in stripes. You can do this in any colour, you could do it in more than 2 colours if you wanted to. Going to make a slip knot, again you can do that in whichever way you prefer. And we're going to join our slip knot to that first stitch there, making sure I've gone through both parts of the stitch. Attach my slip knot and tighten it up. Pull my yarn through, yarn over, and again just pull the tail just to make sure it's nice and tight. So for this row then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to start off with a treble 3 together. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, don't finish it off, 1, 2 and 3, yarn over, pull back through all of the stitches including the one at the top of the 3 chain. Then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Again in the middle stitch, which is the next stitch of our shell, we are going to insert our hook and make a double crochet. We're then going to do 7 treble together, so almost repeating what we did in the first row of our greens. So before we do that, I need to chain 3, 2, 3, then our 7 treble together. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Yarn over and pull back through all 7 stitches, trying not to catch them as you go through, which can be quite tricky, especially if you've got a crochet hook like mine that's quite pointy. If you find it easier just to come back through each individual one rather than trying to pull them through, then do that, that's fine. Making sure you go through the one for the 3 chain, yarn over and chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Double crochet in the next stitch. Then we're going to do another 3 chain, 1, 2 and 3, and then we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Yarn over and pull through all 7 plus the one that's on the 3 chain and chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Double crochet in the next stitch, and we're going to do another 7 together. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yarn over, pull back through all of them, and the 1 and the 3 chain, and chain 3, 1, 2, 3. So we've now come to the end of that row there, but we need to make sure that we do our double treble. So we're going to do our double treble into the top of this last stitch here. And there we have the start of the next row. So in the next row then we're going to chain 1, we can turn, going to double crochet in the same stitch. We're then going to make 7 trebles in this eye here, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then we're going to skip the 3 chain space, go into the double crochet with a double crochet, skip the next 3 chain space and 7 trebles, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7. Skip the 3 chain, double crochet, skip the 3 chain, another 7. So it's 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7. Skip the 3 chain, double crochet, skip the 3 chain, and now we're going to be working into this last part of our stitch here. And what we're going to do is skip the 3 chain and do 4 trebles in the top of this beginning 3 chain here. So 1, 2, 3, yarn over, insert your hook and make 1 into the same stitch, 2 into the same stitch, 3 and into the same stitch, 4. So that's 4 trebles. Then go to yarn over, pull your yarn through and fasten off your end. So let's put the stitches all on the same side. So we have our foundation chains and we have a foundation row. Then we work on row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. And then for the next we're going to rejoin our lime, and we do row 1 again, then row 2, then we join the purple, do row 3 and row 4. And I'll pop a little thing up on screen that you can screenshot and also pop it in the descriptions of what you need to do in each row, just a little pattern for you just to help you keep track of what you're doing. So make sure you keep all of your threads on the one side, you'll never have any on this side, and make sure you keep counting. And be careful when you're doing your 7 together not to catch any of those stitches as you're coming through. And that's how to do the Catherine wheel stitch. I really hope you found today's tutorial useful. If there are any information that you need to find out about this video, have a look in the descriptions below where I post all the links to any freebies and other videos I think you might find useful. Don't forget, if you have enjoyed this video, to give me a thumbs up below. Don't forget also to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you've enjoyed it and you'd like to see more of my tutorial videos. There are 2 other videos on screen to help you on your crochet journey, and I will see you over there. Thank you so much for joining me on this one, and happy hooking!